What is up, everybody? Season 8, Episode 6, Bettors Delight. No one's ready, but we got to start. A lot of things going on, a lot of moving pieces. No Zed, typical. Shows up for a week, backs out very quickly right on after that. No fault of his own, to be fair, but regardless, he's out this week. Thought we'd have four. I thought we'd be back to a four-man pod for at least this week and see how long we can carry that on. But turns out not the case. We do welcome back Mike, who, I'll say this, you redeemed yourself a tiny bit at bovadasportsbook.com. If I'm being fair, we killed you last week when you weren't here. But this past week, a nice positive week, getting a decent amount of those units back.
Yeah, didn't give as many picks. May have been why. Finally found some winners. Hit my lock. Yeah, Greg had my stat wrong. I think he said I was down like 18 or 19 units. It was only like 15.
I feel like maybe you might have missed something or something somewhere.
I inputted exactly what you sent me with wins and losses.
I feel like that's not true. Mark, also positive on the week. Barely, but positive's a positive.
Yep, positive. Barely negative on the season. Let's just get this out of the way. Nick, what are you doing?
I wasn't even going to bring it up.
Why are you chasing what you did last week and being a freaking idiot? You got one chance at the end zone if you get a first down there. Just take the points. That's it. That's all I got to say.
He's Matt Eberflus.
I don't mind the other ones. That one at the end of the half, I don't understand.
The one at the end of the half is
one bit.
One of the most
especially with the play call. Like I don't get the play.
You're getting
call for
the
it.
ball back. You haven't scored. You're only losing by 3, and you have a chance to actually technically be tied when you played like trash.
Should have been up 6-3.
The defense kept you in that game. The defense played their absolute ass off
real well,
and you were paying them back with absolutely nothing offensively.
What a weird NFL season, though. Can we just you got Andy Dalton being like the first guy to throw for 303 this year. You got I don't know. I thought the Bucs were going to absolutely hammer this week. They got hammered. The Browns, you got Zed's lock of the week on the Browns. They are doo-doo brown. Lost straight up to the Giants.
Stink.
What is going on? The parity in the NFL. And I mean, it's wild. You look at power rankings and you got the Eagles are at 6. 5 days
Probably
ago,
undeserved.
We were crucifying a head coach and getting ready to change cities. But now we're 6th in power.
To be fair, I still that was a freak loss. Get one of those out early.
Yeah, thanks.
I think we would have won that 99 out of 100 times. I'm not the biggest hater of Sirianni like some people are, Greg. But the thing that gets me about him is just he's not consistent with his going for it and not going for it. The Super Bowl in 2022 on that 4th and 2. You've been doing it all year. Why not do it there? Could have changed the full outcome there. But he's just not consistent. He wasn't consistent in the Falcons game. And then he was I guess a little semi-consistent. He tried to kick that 60-yarder, which I didn't mind the 60-yarder.
I didn't mind it either. But somebody said today, I've been trying to say that.
Wait a second.
Wait. Somebody said that it's because he's not calling the plays, he takes he needs to insert himself into the game at these points to make these decisions where they're not necessary. Where it's an easy one, but if I go for it here, I could be a genius after the game and get a lot of credit. But it doesn't work out. What were you saying, Greg?
Not minding the 60-yarder's crazy.
I think the point of it is you gave them a shorter field, sure, but you gave yourself enough time to get the football back.
I don't think Sirianni's being that big brained.
That's what I think. That's what I was saying as it's happening. I
just don't mind it because Jake Elliott's made that kick how many times?
He's made it a few times.
It's in a dome. There's no weather. Jake Elliott's making that kick probably probably 50-50.
But that one, I think had to be the decision making. What, there was like 6 minutes left. They only have to drive like a little bit less to either get a field goal or a touchdown. You're going to get the ball back and have a chance to win the football game.
I trust Jake Elliott as much as the next guy. That's fine. But situationally, your defense has been on fire. You let them use the full field. Keep them way back. Don't give them an opportunity. And if you give up a long drive, you give up a long drive. That's the defense bailed you out all game. You can't expect them to hold the entire time, which they didn't on that drive.
You got the ball back and you went and won the football game.
Yeah,
sure.
What sucks is we'll never know what the true.
He may have said it in an interview. I haven't really watched anything this week.
But. Yeah, but if he said it after the game and said that's the truth, like why he did it, I don't believe him. I don't believe it.
Well,
I don't believe
I thought you were the Sirianni truther.
No, I just didn't think.
I was on a plane. I thought you guys were gonna fist fight through my headset.
Not allowed. We're not allowed to criticize.
These guys are ready to walk the plank and jump and force somebody off the plank.
Greg does it every time, and then Greg goes, "Oh, I didn't give up on this team." Blah blah blah. He does it with every team. Shore. Does it with every team.
See the dock. Why would they jump off the boat?
Criticizing a head coach isn't jumping off the ship. It's calling stupidity out and bad coaching out when it happens.
You're trying to throw the captain off the boat when we can still see the dock, is what I'm saying.
End the season.
Okay. End the season.
I feel like that was a pretty good analogy.
I like that.
The Joes are already firing. We were far out enough where this captain didn't know how to drive the boat. We got to figure something out. At this point, we're like, all right, we just left like 5 minutes ago. Like, so far it's a rocky start, but it might have been some turbulence. I don't know. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. That kind of thing. Not to do a plane reference here. I know how much our
we got plane situations left and right. Hurricane Helene. Everybody in Florida, stay safe.
Yeah.
My flights last week to Charlotte weren't too bad. A little bit of turbulence, a little bit of wind going into Charlotte, but
I would hit
not too bad.
Such straight drives in 300-mile-an-hour winds, dude. Just dead straight. My slice would just go right down the middle.
Makes more sense.
Okay, all right.
Guys, use your big brains.
I don't have a big brain. I think that's very obvious based off my picks.
My lock of the week is a big brain play this week. I know that.
Uh-oh. That could be a bad thing.
No, it's a good thing. Well, we'll see how some take it.
My picks at Bovada the last couple of weeks prove that I'm a dumb person.
You just got to figure out the locks there.
Well, yeah. The locks have been just pure misery. The only lock I've hit all season is in darts. Correct. Every football pick, every time I think it's good.
You are the dart guy.
I know. We talked about like the NFL season being crazy. I mean, I'm in an 800 entry survivor pool. It went from 800 picks to 26 picks in 3 weeks.
I thought you were
going to say 26 people left.
Yeah, I can't see the one I'm in anymore. I guess because I'm out of it. But normally they let you watch it to see who's all left.
I mean, it's nuts. There's no easy predictions week in and week out. Jaden Daniels might be the best quarterback in the NFL.
Josh Allen looked good too.
How do you allow that touchdown pass at the end?
To be fair, he did get. Oh my God! In my survivor pool, I'm in. There was 219 people. There's 10 people left in week 4.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Insane.
The heartbreaker though is when we had 2 slots left and we said Bucks Bengals or Seahawks and we went Bucks Bengals and left the Seahawks out. Always the biggest heartbreaker. But there's plenty of things to go around and plenty of conversation to be had.
Jaden did get smashed on that throw. It was just a dime.
He did. It was. I just can't believe he made it. It was incredible.
Yeah.
The problem with
There's
Survivor
some funny
lines
lines
everybody's trying to be smart. Everybody's trying to take the easy pick. I mean, week 1, everybody probably took the Patriots to lose to the Bengals, right?
Yep.
And then
I lost week 2.
What you really got to do, though, is you just got to be – I have no idea because I've never won it, guys. I have no idea.
I won. I won. I tied with – 1 or 2 other people. We all got eliminated at the same time in like week 14, week 13 a few years ago. It was the greatest run I've ever had. Other than that, I don't think I've ever made it past like week 4.
Just especially now, it's so hard with how little the preseason actually does for any of these teams that nobody seems ready for the NFL season to start.
Well, when half the teams have you out there at quarterback, or the equivalent,
Greg can spin the pill.
Hey, I don't think you understand just how skilled I am. Can't throw a dart to save my life, but
I don't know. Steve can throw the pill.
Sure,
he was the all-time quarterback.
Led
me right into a fence, but it was a dime.
To be fair, I threw that pass, but either way, we don't need to rehash. We don't need to. You running into things in our youth.
You catch it?
Mailbox, fence. A lot of obstacles in the way.
A lot of great catches.
Well, caught both of those. So what are you going to do?
All that matters.
Well, what we're going to try to do is catch a few winners. Let's get into college football early this week. We are in much more conference play. Maybe a little bit of a shorter episode this week. A lot of things going on in and around outside of the podcast. So I will say it makes me sad how many times in a row I can be wrong on Temple games. That, I have to just keep riding the train.
Lock of the week, Army, -13. -110.
Oh, no.
Army and Navy, also my card. Army is a wagon. They absolutely demolished Rice. Easiest money of the week, other than Navy last week. Army is going to run all over Temple. And it's not going to be close.
They're on my card, not the lock of the week.
Yeah.
Temple Owls, +13, coming off a big W. No longer the worst team in Division I college football. Eat that, Utah State.
It was a great field goal.
Eat that. It was a great field goal by that guy.
Big fan. It's okay. I can't name Penn State's kicker. So
I'm not going to lie to you. I know how to spell his name. I can't say it. It's Trujillo. Trujillo, maybe? But I don't know.
Trujillo, probably.
I don't know. But what a kick. I mean, if that kid can make that, then Jake Elliott should have probably made one in a dome. Just saying. But the Owls, they're on my card. Stan Drayton, Adam Fisher, a lot of good vibes for the Owls today. Got a 4-star recruit from Adam Fisher for basketball, if you guys are wondering.
It's a good coach. It's a real good coach.
Good guy.
Where are you going?
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say his name, but you're good.
I was gonna say Army's won every game so far this year by more than 13. I don't see how they don't beat Temple by 13.
Well, they control the clock with the running game.
I mean, they were the first touchdown of the game against Rice last week was a 40-yard dot right on the money to the guy. I think this kid can throw it a little bit at the Army quarterback. Now I've been playing ever since that game, though. I've been playing online as Army and just running the option against people, and they definitely get pissed in the college.
Yeah, because it's annoying. And in that game, now I'm not going to give away any industry secrets here, but in that game, if you run the ball to the outside,
you got to find the right defense to beat it.
It's nearly unstoppable.
As a national champion, I would know.
No, as a national champion. Mark, outside of Temple, where else you at in college football?
I'm going to the U. -19.5 against Virginia Tech. They are a fantastic team. Honestly, this shocked me. I need your guys' opinion. What's the University of Miami mascot?
Sebastian.
Whatchamacallit?
It's like a
crane or something.
It's not. It's a different word. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
like
It's like an. It's an
ibis.
I was going to say it's an Eberfluz, but I knew it was something.
It's definitely not an Eberfluz.
I knew it was something like that.
It's an ibis. I never realized it was an ibis.
Yeah.
It looks like a duck. It looks like a duck.
I could see your confusion.
Like
Somebody said, "Yeah, what's the Miami mascot?" And I was like, the duck, Sebastian the duck." And they were like, "Nah, that didn't work. It was a crossword." I was like, "Then you got me, dude. I don't know what it is." Looked up an ibis. I don't think Sebastian looks like an ibis, but
I don't know if I've ever seen one.
But, dude, the ibis has like a very long beak. The old Miami logo looks more like an ibis.
That makes sense. One, yeah, it makes
that
sense.
Like weird bird. Yeah. That one looks like an ibis.
It's like a fighting bird.
Yeah, that Sebastian don't look like one. But neither here nor there. I'm on the Hurricanes. I believe in them.
As well.
There's one in Florida. It's Hurricane season. It's not over.
I thought hurricane season was over. I'm on Miami also minus 19.5, minus 110.
Virginia Tech stinks.
Yeah, they're bad, and Cam Ward has just been unbelievable for Miami.
Yeah.
They just been demolishing people against the spread every week at Bovada. So
Also,
I'm gonna go with them.
I know Zed wanted his stats to be said, so we can go over
big controversy.
Yeah, make sure he went 10-10 last week, minus 4.98 units, Zed. So hopefully that was correct.
I will say though, the hot tip, the secret squirrel, hot tip going in and finding the oddities. He went into the world of cricket and he gave you the winner, the underdog winner, Glamorgan, plus 120 over Somerset. Unreal find in the
so what you're saying is like
crannies.
Zed's like the freak show of Bettors Delight. Here, come look at these weird and ugly looking things.
Yeah, it works. I'll give you that.
Zed's not a weird and ugly thing, just as his picks are.
It sounded like you were calling him a weird and ugly thing.
He's
all right looking.
My next pick is Greg Schiano, again turning around the Rutgers program. Washington struggling this year, coming off of their bid for a national.
Did you see that stat where it's like there's only been like 5 teams in all of college football in the last like 4 years or 3 years to start 3-0? It's like Ole Miss, Penn State, Ohio State, Georgia, and Rutgers.
That's kind of incredible.
Yeah.
And bizarre. But they're -2, minus 110 at home against Washington. I'm going to take them there. Mike, what's your next one?
I'm going to go with Baylor. Playing BYU, -3.5, minus 105 at home. Baylor lost a heartbreaker there to Colorado. Did win money there. But BYU coming off a big win where they stomped on Kansas State at home, though they got
smashed them.
Yeah, that was at home. I think they play much better at home. I think they lose on the road here at Baylor.
All right, Mark, what's your next one?
My next one, I absolutely love this pick. This line is solely based off of the name of the school, and Louisville's good. Louisville is good. Notre Dame is fraud. Louisville plus 6.5. Kind of love it. I know they've got to go into South Bend, but is it that scary anymore? I mean, it's not like they're undefeated there all the time. So give me Louisville plus 6.5, minus 110.
It's on my card too.
On my card as well.
Oh man, I don't like this though. We are all over a lot of the
too
same.
Too many podcast specials. I mean, Louisville's can put up some points. They haven't played the greatest of competition, sure. But I just don't see Notre Dame. They're gonna have to win on the defensive side, obviously.
Notre Dame has
not going to put up points.
Competition, and they've lost.
But I know I'm saying they're gonna have to win on the defense side. They're not going to they don't put up points. So if it gets into like any sort of track meet, Louisville should win.
Yeah, a shootout does not work well for Notre Dame's case.
Correct.
That's
Riley Leonard is not
sure.
good.
I mean, I have another pick that's definitely not on your cards.
Can't wait to hear it.
You know what it is already.
I know
you know what it is.
Go
it's
ahead.
those Illini.
Yeah,
it's those Illini. That line is way too big.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
This happens every
team.
year.
What do you mean it happens every year?
Somebody ranked like Penn that, State like Iowa or somebody. They come in, they're like, "Oh, look at that line," and then we stomp on them at home.
Nope. Illinois plus
and
18.
what's his Brett Bielema's talking all that garbage. He doesn't know what he's walking into.
The crazy part is that to talk that kind of trash against a coach that absolutely goes out of his way to try to cover big numbers
exactly
every single time.
I'm on Penn State to cover.
I can't.
Yeah, they're on my card too.
They're not going to cover, but that's okay.
Why not?
Because they stink.
That feels like bad analysis.
Yeah, I don't.
You beat Bowling Green by 7 2 weeks ago, and then you beat Penn State, who literally has me, you, and you out there playing defense.
Like, Illinois beat who?
Nebraska.
Thank you, Greg.
Nebraska's what?
Nebraska has Patrick Mahomes playing quarterback.
I guess that's fair. Fair. Nebraska's
back. They are back. They have a former NFL head coach as their head coach, a former Temple Owl coach who brought game day to the city of Philadelphia. Do you know how hard that is?
And they lost.
Yeah.
To be fair, they were playing Notre Dame. So, like, that obviously plays. But, yes, Temple was
Penn State's going to stomp on them either way.
All right, Illinois, baby. Come on, Illini. plus 18.
Penn State will stomp on them.
Juice, what was his last name?
Williams.
Juice. Well, yeah, Juice Williams ain't walking through that door for the Illini. To be perfectly frank,
I think Rashard Mendenhall could do some damage in this game, though.
He probably still could if we want to be honest. Let's go next to I'll go next. I'll take Oklahoma -2, -110. A little bit of a rebound spot for them. They're tough game against a very good Tennessee team, but a good bounce back here against Auburn. It's actually moved. Yeah, please. It's actually moved to -1.5 at the moment. So -1.5 at Bovada there instead of the -2. So, I think Oklahoma rebounds from that loss, and Auburn's just
that's on my card as well.
Good. Yeah, Jesus Christ, Mike.
What?
It's not.
I found some winners finally. I started off slow in football. Last week, I finally bounced back and found some winners. So this might be the week, or I keep getting stronger.
Yeah. We'll see. Go, give me your next one then, if you're so strong.
Oh. He's talking to you, Mike.
Yeah, I was showing him my muscles. I'll go with Navy -3.5, -110.
Yeah, I already have it on your card. You said it earlier.
Well, I didn't. I thought I didn't say the actual line.
You didn't, but I went in and got it for you.
I'm going to take Colorado +14, -110. I think this is the other one I was thinking about being my lock of the week. I think I'm converting into a Colorado guy. They've won me some good money the past couple weeks. Travis Hunter winning me money. +14 seems like a lot. I think they don't lose by more than 2 scores against Central Florida. I'm going to take a money line +450 as well.
Colorado +4.
KJ Jefferson doesn't scare me.
Okay.
Understandable. Mark, what's your next one?
I'm going to see if I can keep riding this train where I get Clemson games correct. Stanford showed me something last week. They traveled east. They went up to Q's, and they won outright.
They did.
They beat Syracuse. Then I think Syracuse is a decent football team this year. I'm not sure what Stanford did in terms of travel, and I'm not sure if teams do this in college. But do you think with these crazy travels, did they fly back to California? Or do you think they just stayed East Coast somewhere?
I don't know. My guess is in terms of school, they probably had to go back, right?
That's what I was thinking.
Unless tutors travel with them and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I literally don't know. I hope that they stayed East Coast because I am taking Stanford to cover in this game at +22. I think Clemson comes out and wins, but I don't think it's a huge blowout. Give me the Cardinal.
All right.
Phil's just clinched the bye.
Woohoo!
Stanford +22, -110 there. All right. Mike, your next one.
I'm going to take Duke -2.5, -120. Duke versus North Carolina. North Carolina stinks. I think the Duke defense is much better, and the quarterback play for North Carolina egregious last week. Am I thinking of the right game? I know Max Johnson got hurt in the first game, so it's been their backup ever since.
Yeah, it's not been good.
Oh yeah, it was I guess they scored 50 points, but they lost 70-50 against JMU.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take Duke at home there.
Makes sense. I'm on the opposite side of that Clemson game for the record. I have them -22, -110, and then I think obviously what is probably the biggest game of the week is my next pick. It is Alabama taking on Georgia, a nice 7:00 start. I love Alabama +2.5 at home, -110 at Bovada. There, I think that it is. They're just at home. It's a different experience. I know it's not Saban, obviously, but Georgia's looked a tad shaky in some spots so far early this year. I think Alabama has some dudes that can certainly get them at least a very close loss if they don't win out.
I think I have the under in that game. Under 48.5, -110. I couldn't pick a side, so I'm going with that.
I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Georgia -2.5.
No more of that.
I don't even know. I don't even know how to respond to that. Anything else on the card, Mark?
No, actually, that's it.
All right, Mike.
My last pick will just be I'm going to take Fresno State +110. UNLV, who knows what's going on there? You know what? Actually, I want to take UNLV. I lied. UNLV minus 2.5, minus 110. Because all the players are getting behind the backup quarterback now. So I'm going to
give me
take
Fresno
UNLV.
State plus 2.5.
With that guy leaving because they said the incentives weren't matched or whatever. But
they also just lost a running back too.
He got a lot of carries in their last game, but I think he was like their third. I think he's like their third or fourth stringer.
The vibes are down. It's almost as like
I see the vibes being up. I see all the other players really pissed at him and all coming together.
I don't know, man. It wasn't even like a lot of money. Just give that kid his money. And
yeah, that's tough. They got to really make some rules when it comes to all that stuff.
It's. I feel like the vibes are close to what the Pirates just did with
Rowdy Tellez.
Like, to be fair, he stunk and he should have been DFA'd a long time ago.
Okay, well, do it a long time ago then. Don't do it now when he's due his bonus. Just add
played all season for you.
That is fair.
Won
a lot of home run bets for Big Steve.
Yeah, he did. My last pick of the week is Oregon minus 25.5, minus 120. UCLA is just so bad. They're so unbelievably bad, and I think Oregon's going to run it up on them to continue to prove the point that started in the game against the Beavs. So are we good in college football then?
Yes.
Let's quickly go to the world of tennis. I say this every week. I don't have anything in tennis. I assume other people do. So, Mike, I'll start with you.
I had too many football picks bouncing back this week, so I didn't take tennis actually, like last week.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Then I guess Mark.
All right. Well, now I got to find all my picks real quick. So hold on, son of a gun. I gotta find these. All right, Zarina Diaz minus 140 against Mananchaya Sawankayev. We're in China in Beijing, in case you were wondering. I'm also going to take Ashlyn Kruger. I'm going to do a little double dip on Ashlyn. Minus 2.5, minus 120 against Yafan Wang. And also Moneyline minus 155, in case you were wondering.
That's actually part of the show.
I wasn't wondering.
Okay. I'm also going to take Taylor Townsend against Katie Bolter, minus 165.
Not wondering.
And Mike, this one's specifically for you.
This is going to be mean.
Peyton Stearns. It's a value boy pick at plus 130 against Layla Fernandez.
All right. I could have sworn Caroline Garcia was going to be in there somehow.
Somehow she was going to get slandered.
No.
Mark, who was your first pick?
My first pick was Diaz. Diyas. Diaz. Zarina Diaz.
Oh, okay, I see it here.
Diaz. How would you say that?
I'd say probably how you said
Diaz. I don't know.
And you took her at minus 140
against Mananchaya Sawankayev, which is just a fun name to say.
Yeah, it is.
All right, that's it for me in tennis, though.
All right, well, that makes it easy. We can move right along. And Mike already mentioned a little bit of baseball news, so let's get right into it in terms of baseball. We are in like the last week of the season. Obviously, everything's going on. The races are tightening up, especially those wild card races. Still a lot to play for a lot of teams. The Phillies clinched a bye, like Mike just said, just a few moments ago. But we continue to roll on with a ton of different games throughout. I'll start. I have the Royals minus 172 against the Nationals. Mark, I'll go to you next.
I am gonna go to. I'm sorry. If I'm gonna be honest, I was looking up if the Steelers sold like Rowdy Tellez or Steelers. The Pirates sold Rowdy Tellez merch, and I would have been like, "That's terrible of them." I'm gonna take the Pirates minus 101 because I don't know, vibes are down, and they're down in the Brewers too because they're not gonna get a bye.
I was gonna take the Pirates maybe to clinch that in case they still were trying to help us out for the bye, but I don't know if I want to take them anymore. Now it doesn't really matter. Now I'll take the Pirates because now the Brewers are in the third spot. They might just cruise it out until next Tuesday, get their stuff ready. So I'm going to take the Pirates minus 101.
All right, Pirates 101 for you there. I'll go with There's a couple games that I like, but the lines aren't up yet. The Tigers and the Orioles are those two games. They'll get added up in here soon to Bovada, and we'll update everything accordingly. But nothing there yet. So, Mike, I'll go back to you.
Yeah, I'll go with the Padres plus 109.
Also,
The
on my
Padres
card.
could somehow, if they sweep the Dodgers, I think they're ahead of them in the NL West. They won last night on a crazy triple play. The Padres are a really good team. That team scares me. That team, I think the Phillies are the best team, but a team that does kind of scare me would be the Padres.
The Padres are, in fact, 2 games behind the Dodgers right now. So if they do win the next 2 games, they will pass them and have the tiebreaker.
Correct.
They
Yeah.
will have the same record and have the tiebreaker.
Yeah, so
Wild.
that's crazy that they could pass them there.
They are like 44-16 in their last.
They've been playing so well on the.
It's electric.
Yeah.
It's electric.
Boogie, woogie. Padres are on my card as well.
That's what's
nice
in
little podcast
right
special.
Oh,
How much fun?
That's what's in.
Oh,
Ooh.
God. Let's not do that.
I'm going to take the Athletics minus 110.
The A's are ass.
They've been playing pretty good after the Rangers are horrible.
They're selling hats that say it.
That hat is, I don't know how that gets
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Elbutt, the GOAT, is going to hit a home run tonight. But yeah, the A's, it's the last series or the last homestand in the Coliseum. I'll take them they might win out.
My theory is that AI produced that hat, right? Like somebody put these designs in and just like AI for all the teams, just make the hat. Done.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson?
No, not Allen Iverson. But
Andre
this is
Iguodala?
why AI can't take over for humans, because AI will never understand calling that team ass accidentally by doing that. And
how funny
that is.
I saw a tweet. It was something about it might have been records after the second half for the AL. What's that? The AL West. And it spelled out ass hat. It's like the first time it's ever spelled that out. It's pretty funny.
Unbelievable. Mark, anything else in baseball?
No, nothing else in baseball. Just going to look at ass hat.
Yeah, it's technically and because it's not 2 S's, but it's still funny. I'll take the Rockies plus 108. Charlie Blackmon's retiring after 14 years. I think they're going to have some juice there. The Cardinals stink. The Rockies stink. We'll take them at home.
They're actually now plus 107 at Bovada. But regardless, Charlie Blackmon, one of those guys that every time, that doesn't matter how bad or good the Rockies are, every time the Phillies played the Rockies, Charlie Blackmon would end up killing them.
Yeah,
and electric walk-up song.
Just honestly great career though. Always respected him. Always hated him when he played against the Phils, but kind of rooted for him when he wasn't. When him and Arenado were on the Rockies, those teams were kind of cool because it was just really those two.
But they were definitely very, very good.
Sorry, you can go.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, it's gonna have to watch the walk-up song a few more times. I think it's the Your Love. It's what it's called, and then it like plays it, and then it all goes quiet, and all the fans scream tonight. It's electric every time.
Sounds.
How deep is your love?
No,
not that song.
Not
it's
that.
like the ocean.
No,
like that one.
Nope.
It's the song by the Outfield. Josie's on a vacation far away. Yeah,
goodness gracious. No more of that, please.
I mean, that was clearly.
I mean, you were right. You were right, but I don't need.
I know the song.
You got to work on the vocals.
That song goes back a long way. If Zed was here, we'd be having a field day. We'd be having a field day. Are we good on MLB then?
Yep.
Are we still in baseball?
Are we good in baseball? Are you done?
Can't hear.
Then let's go to the world of basketball. We only really have one thing to talk about in terms of basketball. It is the WNBA playoffs. I know there's a big game going on right now. It looks like the magic of the rookie season for Caitlin Clark may be coming to an end shortly. And then another game which could be the end of a long career for Diana Taurasi later this evening in Minnesota. But the game we're talking about is the first semifinal that's been confirmed. It is the Las Vegas Aces taking on the New York Liberty. Mike, you're the WNBA guy for the most part, so I'll let you give a little crack at it.
I'm going to take the Liberty -4, -110 rematch of last year's finals, I believe. The Aces going for that three-peat. A'ja Wilson is unbelievable. One of the most dominant WNBA seasons, if not the most dominant ever. But I think the Liberty win this series, and I think they smash game one.
Kind of hate that this was the finals last year, and now it's the semifinals, though.
Well, the Aces weren't that good in the regular season. They were the 4 seed.
It'd be better in the regular
how
season.
It works out, but let me just throw some things out. One of these teams has the MVP. One of these teams is the reigning champ. One of these teams is probably pissed that they're the underdog. Give me that team. Give me the Aces +4.
Yeah, that's similar to my thought process. I like the Aces +4 as well. It's on my card. Considered sprinkling money line, but
to be
I
fair,
think
though, the other team has a former MVP that's still
Breanna
playing
Stewart,
at a high
former
level.
champion. Yeah,
Unanimous
two-time
MVP.
Two-time MVP. Two-time champion.
Unanimous MVP.
6-time All-Star.
Who's also with a NBA All-Star named Bam Adebayo, I think.
I think it really comes down to who can be the more effective player between Sabrina Ionescu and Kelsey Plum. I think Stewart and
they're gonna get theirs.
Are gonna get theirs, and then it's gonna be a matter of who can be more effective.
Yeah, and then you have some other. You need like Jonquel Jones. Obviously, need to play well too. She's a beast.
No, I completely agree with you there, Mike. But it's one of those things that you
correct.
Like that
need
matchup.
Need the supporting cast. Yeah,
it's going to be a good series.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. The WNBA playoffs have been
best of 5
so far.
When do we think the WNBA moves up in game series? Actually, that's literally what I was just about to ask. When do they change the series?
I think as they keep adding teams, what they already have, like as we said before, 3 or whatever, and then with the Sixers' new stadium, supposedly we're probably going to get a team there.
Sure, we are.
That's what they said.
Well, it makes sense.
We?
I mean, I feel like the
WNBA doesn't make the money that the owner of the Sixers is only worried about.
No, but it makes sense for scheduling. Like then you can fill the
arena. That is. You know what? There's only one reason to build a stadium, market. It is scheduling. We all know that.
Are you guys fans or against the new stadium?
If you have 365 nights that you have to fill up,
I'm anti.
Right? So you got 41 games for the Sixers. That's 41 nights filled at the arena.
Yeah.
Then you got like Disney on Ice, concerts, stuff like that. Let's just say
Disney on Ice is a Wells Fargo.
To be fair,
good point.
The WNBA season is not at the same time as the NBA season. There's barely
that's what I'm saying. But there's another 31 nights. I'm trying to say you're trying to fill that arena with as many events as possible. You might have the Kicks might make a comeback.
Stop it with the Kicks. The Philadelphia Wings is still available.
The Soul?
Wings still play.
The Soul are only allowed to play if Kita Crispina is still somewhere and eligible to play.
The Soul are only allowed to play if the league has more than 2 freaking teams in it.
That's also true.
Isn't there something going on right
Arena Bowls, and they were winning the Arena Bowls, and there were billboards all around the city about world champs, Arena Bowl champs, yada yada. There were 4 teams in the league.
The Arena Football League's back.
Whoa. It comes back and then it goes away, and then it comes back and then it goes away. This is not peak John Bon Jovi and Jaws owning the Philadelphia Soul.
John Bon Jovi.
An Always Sunny reference from when Mac goes bald cap and rides around a wheelchair.
8 ball clubs right now.
Him and Frank try to meet Mr. Bon Jovi.
Okay.
8 ball clubs in the arena league this year.
How many of them are getting paid currently?
So the 8 teams are the Albany Firebirds, the Billings Outlaws, the Nashville Cats, Orlando Predators, Salina Liberty, don't know where that is, SW Kansas Storm, I guess that means Southwest, Washington Wolfpack, and the Wichita Regulators.
SW Kansas Storm.
I don't know. It says SW.
The sweet Kansas Corn Storm. All right. What sport are we in now?
Well, we're still finishing up basketball, but I guess we're done there. We got a nice dip into the arena football corner that I didn't think we would cover. Let's go to the world of soccer. The Premier League carries on. Mark,
a heartbreaker. Units ripped out of my hand.
Yeah,
like complete trash. as talented and awesome as Erling Haaland is, what a troll. Kind of love it.
I don't think
Kind of
that.
love
I did not. I think that's so dumb. People are hyping that up so much.
I don't
I
think
wanted to say that there's 3 out of the 8 teams are in Kansas for the Arena Football
that's
League.
hilarious.
Kansas loves arena football.
Kansas is circling the market for arena football. That's where Salida Liberty is, obviously.
The ball throw off of the head for Erling Haaland. That one not as great.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
I think the troll move after the ball is put back in play when Arsenal kicks it back and he just
ran him over.
sprints full speed right into an Arsenal player. That is hilarious, and that's pretty ballsy.
And then he was chirping after. I don't know. Corny. I'm not a Haaland guy.
I'm not either, but Man City minus 165 against Newcastle and Erling Haaland to score. I like anytime it's minus 155, guys. Like, what are we doing? That's free money. That's free money. But like the fact that he's minus 155 to score a goal, that's insane. That's insane.
No, it's on your card. So good luck with the insanity.
I just mean like it's insane how good he is.
Mike, I'll go to you.
I'm going to take Crystal Palace plus 155. Everton's really bad. We haven't beat them in the league in like the last like 8 matchups or 7 matchups, but they're horrible. We're due for our first win on the year. I'll take the Palace plus 155.
They're on my card. I'm also taking West Ham over Brentford plus 210.
West Ham stinks.
Yeah, well, I like the spot here. I don't know what you want me to say.
Brentford's been good.
Stinks or not stinks. Mark, I'll go to you next.
I am going to Aston Villa.
Yeah, on my card.
Minus 120 against Ipswich Town.
On my card.
Yeah.
That line is way too low. Aston Villa looks really good. I know they have other different games that they have to play, like Champions League and stuff. But so they're a little spread thin, but
whatever.
They should still smash Ipswich Town.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, they definitely should. My last pick of the week in the Premier League is the Forest boys. Yet again another point, another game, another point, plus 135 against Fulham on Bovada. There, I'm taking the tricky trees. So, Mike, anything else?
I'm going to take Liverpool minus 1.5, minus 102 over Wolves. Actually, yeah, minus 102. Yes. That's my last pick.
All right, Mark, close us out in soccer.
All right, I got I'm going to take Tottenham. Draw no bet against Manchester City or Man United. Man United stinks. It's plus 111. I think Tottenham also stinks, but they might win this game because Man U's drowning. And then to finish off my soccer picks, I'm going to do a 4-pick parlay. Greg? Yeah, I'm getting back into the parlay here. Putting Liverpool in there, minus 275 against Wolverhampton, also on the card.
Sucks.
And I'm putting Arsenal in there against Leicester City, minus 550.
Sucks.
Those two are going to be combined with Man City and Aston Villa, which I already gave you.
Sucks.
Plus 375 on the card for your boy.
Sucks.
All right, we got that. We got that on the card here. I was hoping for an around the world parlay like the old days, but Premier League
don't got the juice anymore.
You gotta talk about juice, son. Nobody's got the juice.
Quick breaking news note. How about Szczesny coming out of retirement like 2 months later to sign for Barcelona today?
Nah, what are you going to do?
Or yesterday or whatever it was. Just incredible. Love it.
You can only stay away from the game so long.
Why not?
Like six weeks, dude. Like, not even. I feel like he just retired.
Well, what are you going to do?
You know what?
He retired the day that Oasis announced the comeback.
He retired, and I put something on my Instagram story that now doesn't matter. Because
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
I was like, oh, man, I'm putting this up for the GOAT.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Hey, he probably got convinced by Lewan.
Oh, you think?
And Ter Stegen got hurt, I think.
After a week off, let's go to the UFC. It is back. We had UFC Noche. One of the more.
It was really cool. The card was ugly, but the way it was displayed is actually really cool.
Yeah, and they incorporated it a lot into the broadcast.
Yeah, Greg and I were very skeptical on how it would look and all that stuff. It actually looks sweet the way they did it.
Yeah, from the
The
for the
fights
at
were
home viewer, I
ugly.
wasn't overly positive, but exactly what we thought was going to happen.
Exactly.
Right? You saw especially. I mean, the main event more than anything, it was Marab's going to try to lay on him and try to
Yep.
hold him down, and that's where we're at, and that's precisely what happened.
Exactly.
So
That's why we wanted
yeah.
to be on that side.
Yeah, no, it was the perfect call. Mike, I'll start with you in the UFC.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the opening fight of the night. I'm going to go with Chris Duncan plus 163.
All right, Chris Duncan Donuts plus 163. Mark, you in the UFC this week?
I have one pick in the UFC this week. It's Nora Cornell plus 185 against Jacqueline Cavalcanti.
All right, Nora Cornell.
Yeah. I got a cornhole tournament coming up. It sounds like her name.
You know, that's the
main event.
I forget what I was going to say.
Is that the main event?
No, I was gonna say she's the sister of that guy that like got out of the prison and was on the run for like whatever, but their names aren't even spelled the same. They just sound the same. We can move on.
The guy she's fighting?
No, Jack.
Jack.
The
Eagles fan that got caught in
well, he's an Eagles fan. He's
an Eagles sweatshirt.
So let's clarify.
Time out. He was a guest. He was a guest coin flipper at the game in Brazil against the Packers.
I'm taking Ivan Ursan against Ion Kutalaba minus 103 at Bovada, simply because Kutalaba does some of the dumbest things you could possibly see in UFC fights, and he does not defend well.
No.
And at heavyweight, defending well is typically the name of the game.
It's either he's going out or the other guy's going out normally.
Pretty much. Mike, I'll go to you next.
I'm going to take the steamroller, obviously. Matt Frivola, plus 110.
Also on the card.
Weekend. Let's go.
Also on the card.
We're steamroller guys.
If you have to be. if you're not going to be, if there's one guy to cheer for, it's the steamroller.
Exactly.
I can't believe we're only a week away from, one event away from Alex Pereira and Khalil Roundtree.
I kind of love Roundtree there.
So do I. It's a very interesting spot.
Just right now with all the champions and who's all the champions, it's just the perfect.
It makes unbelievable
sense. Exactly.
I'm taking Brendan Allen plus 178. That's my last pick. It's in the co-main event. So I'll go to you, Mike.
I just have the only other play I have is just a parlay. Actually, looking at the main event, I might be in it now. But I have a parlay just with three big favorites. I'll put them all on the card. Be Jacqueline Cavalcante minus 225. Eileen Perez, future champ, minus 235. And Omar Sy, minus 550.
235, and then Omar. Oh my gosh, phone. Sy minus 550. Yep. What's the parlay pay again?
Plus 143. Just easy units.
Perez, Sy, plus 143.
Yep. Easy units. Why not?
Easy units it is. What has not been easy units for the most part this year is the NFL. We'll go to week 4. It's crazy. Rude. It's crazy that we're in week 4 of the NFL already, but here we are. The season is flying by. Thursday Night Football is another divisional matchup. We get the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. The Cowboys, a little bit surprisingly, I thought this line would be a little bit closer, but minus 5.5 point favorites on Bovada to kick the week off. Mark, are you in this game?
I am. I'm on the Cowboys. The Cowboys kind of stink, but I know for a fact the Giants stink. Their Giants are not a good football team. Yes, they've figured out throw the ball to Malik Neighbors 20 times, and it'll give us a better chance. But I think the Browns are a dumpster fire. The fact that the Giants got a win last week, that's kudos to them, but I don't think they're going to be getting a lot of wins this year. I think the Cowboys have a get right game. If they don't get right, they have I think they have a pretty tough schedule coming up. So this is almost a must win for the Cowboys.
I agree there. I'm on them minus 5.5 as well. I think this is the get right game. I think you just got to really cover Malik Neighbors. Singletary hasn't been bad out of the backfield, but there's only so much where you can just throw it up to him from Danny Dimes and hope he's going to catch every one.
Yeah, I mean,
this Greg's on the Giants, I can tell.
No, I'm on the Cowboys as well. In minus 5.5. The craziest part about this team is the craziest thing about the Giants is it's that Malik Neighbors is good simply because of just how
good he is
he's
with
making
the
Daniel Jones look.
That
That's what's
terrifying.
terrifying.
The corner was unbelievable.
Unbelievable body control, unreal catch to get that other foot down before his hand hit was crazy. Yeah. You watch this team and you're like, well, there's really like one redeeming quality and it's him. And if you stop him, I don't think there's any other real option that the Giants can go to. And I think the Cowboys, again, guys were missing from camp for a while. Like there's just a lot going into it that I don't think they're as bad as they may have been portrayed.
I think CD goes off tomorrow after like Sunday where he had to blow up on the sideline a little bit. I think he has a day tomorrow.
We call that the AJ Brown.
But yeah, I mean, I feel more confident in this pick after looking at this Cowboys schedule. They got the Steelers next week, which at the beginning of the year looked like a cakewalk win, but now
great defense.
Steelers are good. You got the Lions after that. You got the Niners after that. Then you got the Falcons, Eagles, Texans. So the Falcons may stink, but the rest of those games are tough. Those aren't easy. This is the easiest game the Cowboys have on their schedule for the next 2 months. They need to win this game.
Yeah, no, 100%. Absolutely have to. Mike, I'll go to you next for your next pick.
I'm going to go with the Bengals. Another bounce back, -4, -105. Obviously, Andy Dalton looked good with the Panthers last week. Obviously, he's a 14-year vet. He looks better in that offense than Bryce Young. I still don't think it's the end for Bryce Young, but I think that was a good game. The Bengals they need to win. So I think they win tomorrow -4. Or not tomorrow, Sunday.
Yeah, they have no other options. They're on my card as well, -4, -105.
Another get right.
Panthers +170 on my card.
Oh my goodness.
I could see the Bengals smashing them in this game.
I think they will smash them, but I feel like
overreaction.
Everybody's got to pick though, right? Like this, everybody's going to pick the Bengals this week. Like who's going to bet on the Panthers?
Fair.
No,
I bet on the Bengals week.
Regretting the fact that I'm picking.
Needed to wait one more week.
Panthers.
I think I took the Bengals every week so far this year.
I think I'm also in that boat, Greg.
There's another team that I sit here and think like who could possibly bet on them, and it's the Jaguars. That's why I'm taking the Texans. -6.5. Sorry. What am I talking about?
You're taking the Jags?
I'm taking the Jags.
Yeah, I'm on the Jags.
-6.5. -115 currently at Bovada. There's just no. I think the Bills were severely underestimated at how good the Bills actually are.
Correct. They still have they did lose Gabe Davis and you lose Stephon Diggs, sure. If you look, like I said, I think in week one, after the week one game, that Diggs was not good the last 11 weeks of last year.
No, he was mediocre at best.
He started off really good.
Seemed extremely disinterested because he wasn't getting the ball as much as he had at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But the Jags have played close games those first 2 weeks, then got smashed, obviously, by the Bills. I think they keep this one close, and they might still lose, but I think they cover that 6.5.
I do too. I completely agree. Mark, what's your next one?
My next one, I am going to the Saints +2.5, -115 against the Falcons. I think that the Eagles do have a legitimate defense. I think Jalen Carter, somebody needs to do whatever somebody said to him to piss him off. Please do it every week. He's going to be the best defensive player in the league if he plays like that every week. But I still think the Saints are a good team. I don't know about the Falcons. I know they were tight with the Chiefs, but I feel like the Chiefs just play everybody tight and then win. That's just how they do it. So I don't know. But I believe more in the Saints than I do the Falcons.
Yeah, I still think the Saints are going to win that division. I think they win this game as well. Well, +2.5.
The 2.5's on your card?
Yeah.
All right, I have that on there for you. I'm taking the Rams +3 -110. It's one of those games we talked about a little bit. Why is this way?
That
Why is this the line?
That's why I'm taking the Bears.
No, I don't want to hear it from you. And I don't understand why Greg's so enamored with the Bears. He takes Bears guys, and then you do things like this.
The
This is
line -3 -110. I
egregious.
know the Rams are really hurt. They had a great comeback. Great lock of the week by me last week. No big
It
deal.
was criticized.
I didn't get that far into my like stuff in the internet and stuff, and stream stopped working during my plane ride on the way home.
Sad.
But the Bears -3 -110 is what I'm going to take. Who criticized? Now I'm gonna have to go listen.
there was a lot of questioning of the decision
That
making.
was a great lock,
of the week.
and I should have taken money line too.
Yeah, probably.
All right. I'll get back to you on that.
All right,
Bears
well,
-3 -110.
Sure. Mark, your next one.
My next one, give me the Steelers -1.5 -110. I don't know. Maybe we were wrong. Doesn't look like the Colts found another one. It does. Like he looks like a beast athletically. He looks like he could beat me in a decathlon, but he can't throw from.
He just can't throw the short pass. It's nuts. But he can throw an absolute beautiful bomb.
But you don't need the beautiful bomb all the time.
No.
You need. Tom Brady won how many games throwing the ball 15 yards total?
Dink and dunk. Dink and dunk.
And those are the easy ones. I don't understand. But
yeah,
that Steelers defense is good.
That interception he threw in the end zone. I don't know if you guys saw that. After he threw an absolute pearl of a bomb and then threw one of the ugliest interceptions. Might be up there with maybe the Will Levis
flip.
And
Will Levis are
gotta just bet him and Bill Levis. Will Levis and Bo Nix interceptions every week.
Will Levis should go by
this past week.
Will Levis should go by Bill Levis moving forward.
I was just about to say Bill Levis sounds like a good quarterback and makes good decisions.
Yeah. The Steelers are my lock of the week. I just think the defense is going to be too much for that Colts team.
On my card.
Yeah,
as well.
I don't see it great. I love how podcast special.
100%. The Steelers are going to lose this weekend.
I'm outright. It won't even be a contest.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, Mike, your next one.
I'm going to go with the Packers -2.5, -120 against the Vikings. The Vikings do look good, but also the Packers. LaFleur's an unbelievably great coach. Is fitting right to Malik Willis' strengths. I like the Packers at home here. They're saying maybe Jordan Love might play, but I think you sit him out at least one more week.
I don't see any. As a terrible pass. Oh my God. Lexi Hull, I think, just threw the season away for the Indiana Fever. Probably not, because there's still a lot of time left and it's a 1-point game. But they're just
so they're down 10.
Unreal bad pass. Yeah, they went on a 12-2 run late. But regardless, it depends on who you believe in, whether you believe in Kevin O'Connell or
also another great coach.
Yeah,
Darnold looks really good too. He did get a little hurt last week though.
Both have done unbelievable jobs in terms of
pass.
Yeah, it was really, really awful. Both have done incredible jobs this season in the face of crazy situations and injuries. So
correct.
Yeah, my next one is I'm going to take the 49ers -10. -110. I just think they're so much better than the Patriots. The Patriots stink. Their offensive line is horrendous. That's the dagger.
Who is starting for the Patriots?
It's going to be Jacoby Brissett again, but
okay.
I don't know how long that'll last because I think he's going to get absolutely hammered, unfortunately, by that 49ers defense. It's going to get ugly in that game. So 49ers it is. I'm taking them there. Mike, your next one.
I know we skipped over this 1 o'clock game. I'm going to the Jets -7.5, -110. I'm going to bet, as I said, against the Broncos every week. And the Jets look like they might actually be the playoffs, maybe battle for that AL East this year, or AL East.
Yeah, that AL East.
AL East.
The Jets, the Yankees, the Red Sox.
Tough ball clubs there in the AL East.
Mark, what's your next
Mr.
one?
Blue Jay?
I am going to the Commanders-Cardinals game. My lock of the week. over 49.5, minus 110 in this game. I think that the Cardinals, Kyler Murray is playing out of his mind. If Jaden Daniels keeps it up, I think they'll continue to score points. I mean, you had a 37-33 game in this last game for Washington. I think you could see something similar. I think Kyler is going to be scoring. James Conner is going to run around. And give me over the 49.5. Lock it up. Trying to hopefully this isn't a big brain thing because I feel like it's a smart pick, but it might be dumb.
It very well could be, but I don't hate the idea behind it. I don't think the Commanders' defense is that good.
No, it's trash.
I am on
the
Cardinals in that game, minus 3.5, minus 105. I think they win at home. Big win for the Commanders last week. I think they have a letdown this week with this next game.
All right, so Cardinals minus 3.5, minus 105 there. I am on the Chargers plus 7, minus 110 at Bovada. The Chiefs play close games. Harbaugh's going to take the air out of the ball.
Is Herbert playing?
Who knows? It might be, might not be. I'm not worried about that though. I think the Chargers are just going to try to run the ball and go from there.
Okay.
So, okay. I think they're just going to try to shorten the game as much as possible too. So, yeah.
Okay.
Your next one, Mark.
Buffalo Bills double dip plus 2.5, minus 110, plus 115.
I mean, he's just the dumbest person alive. You do understand that the Bills is Sunday Night Football, right?
Oh, there's 2 Monday night games again.
This guy stinks.
I'm on the Dolphins minus 1.5. Minus
they did the
105
Monday
on
night
Monday.
Game thing on
I have no idea who's starting at quarterback. Doesn't matter. The Titans stink. Will Levis stinks. I'm going to take them.
Titans plus 1.5, minus 115 on my card. Mark, anything on Monday Night Football?
Yeah, let me go to that double header on Monday night that we're doing again that I completely forgot was happening. Give me the Titans plus 1.5, minus 115. I am scared. I think the Dolphins might be finished. They need to trade for Joe Flacco, sign Ryan Tannehill, get Ryan Fitzpatrick off of the Amazon Prime bus, whatever they need to do, because my fantasy teams are struggling without these Dolphins players, and I need them.
It's not great. It's not great for any Dolphins player owners at the moment. The second Monday night game is probably the better of the two games. It's the Lions and the Seahawks. I'm taking the Seahawks plus 3.5, minus 110. That the defense travels. Their defense has been very good, and DK Metcalf sneaky, having an unbelievable start to the year. Anything else from you, Mike?
Nope, just in the Sunday Night Football.
Sunday night game. Mark, I'll let you start.
I am taking the Ravens in this one. Really, no, I'm taking the Bills plus 2.5, minus 110, and plus 115. I'm stupid, can't read dates, but I think I can read this line. I like the Bills.
All right, Mike.
I'm gonna take the Bills plus 2.5, minus 110 as well. I'm kind of like the Ravens a little bit too, but I don't know. It's that one's gonna be a tough game. Probably should just take the over. You're an idiot if you think Derrick Henry wasn't a good running back in the first round pick.
Criticizing a guy that for sure doesn't listen to the podcast. I'm on Bills minus 2.5 or plus 2.5, minus 110 as well. I just think they're the better team at this exact moment, and I think they actually get the win down in Baltimore. Fellas, fun week. Hopefully next week we finally get all 4 back, and we have everybody. We'll see what happens. YouTube.com/theunderdog, X.com/bettorsdelight. And with that being said, let's go win some bets.